So today, we have two of the most dangerous women in all of comics going head to head. Elektra versus Cassandra Cain. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So as always, we gotta talk about strength. Well, Cassandra easily threw Verico, who was a very large, kicked down a prison wall with ease, shattered a sword with just one hand, routinely fight against Deathstroke and Batman, knocked out a superhuman, and fight against metahumans and normally beat them. But Elektra has routinely ripped out hearts and punched through stomachs. She snapped steel chains, shattered a woman's skull with just one strike, shattered 7 concrete bricks with a karate chop, sliced through a cyborg made from S.H.I.E.L.D's strongest alloy, fought against an amped bullseye, and even thrown this large sword through a robot and into the concrete wall behind it. I'd say they're fairly even here. But what about durability? Both of them are kind of insane in this department. Well, Elektra has gotten back up after massive falls, blasts from Iron Man 2099, and after being sent flying with enough force to shatter concrete bleachers. She's endured a beating from Colossus Super Scroll. She's kept on fighting after having her skull crushed, and she was able to walk to Matt's house with one of her scythes literally stabbed into her heart. Pretty insane for a human, but Cain can honestly match her, maybe even surpass her, because she's kept on fighting after enduring several broken bones, being shot multiple times, and being stabbed. She survived being shot in the head and kept on fighting, and she even survived a pretty big explosion. I always thought Elektra's durability was pretty insane for human standards, but honestly, I think Cain here can match her, and like I said, maybe even surpass her, but I don't know. Anyways, now on to speed. Cain has routinely appeared as a blur, easily caught multiple shurikens and arrows out of the air, easily dodged bullets even at point blank range, punched a guy 6 times before a bottle could hit the ground, blitzed a whole group of guys before Robin could even react, and she's even dodged Supergirl's heat vision. Her heat vision. Yeah, she's so fast, in fact, that some government agents thought she was cybernetically enhanced or some kind of meta-human. But Elektra has routinely danced through a deflected machine gun fire, dodged bullets coming from multiple angles, easily deflect shurikens and energy blasts, sliced a bullet in half, and she blitzed 5 armed men before any of them could fire. Wolverine was even shocked with her speed, and she was an Olympic gymnast at the age of just 15. Again, let's say they're close enough here to where it doesn't matter. They're both incredibly fast and agile. So physically, yeah, I'd say they're pretty close. They can definitely hang with one another. But what about skill? Well, let's first talk about Elektra and how skilled she is. Well, even as a kid, Elektra was insanely skilled, as she was always won first place in these martial art competitions that she entered. She's routinely beaten whole groups of thugs, assassins, mercenaries, ninjas, and soldiers all by herself. She's bested Bullseye even when he had months of training to specifically beat her, and only eventually died to him in their last fight because he was significantly amped. She's bested Lady Bullseye, Silver Samurai, Crossbones, Sabretooth, Punisher, and even Taskmaster. She stalemated Black Widow and Iron Fist, and only lost to Danny because of his chi abilities. And then she's matched her best to Daredevil several times, and even held her own very well against Wolverine. Even Punisher, Frank Castle, felt completely outmatched by her when working alongside her. But on the other corner, Cain was extensively trained as a kid by her parents, who happened to be two of the very best fighters in DC, David Cain and Lady Shiva. But as she grew up, she actually grew to hate the idea of fighting styles because she had developed an ability known as body reading. More on that later, but just know this is what she normally uses while in combat. She stalemated Deathstroke twice, beat David Cain as a kid, stalemated Batman, literally toyed with Nightwing, and she's beaten Lady Shiva twice. Twice. Someone Batman said who is the greatest fighter in the world. Batman himself even said that he couldn't beat Cassandra in a straight up hand to hand fight. And that's coming from one of the best fighters in the world. Yeah, they're both incredibly, insanely skilled and lethal fighters. Definitely top notch for their own respected universes. But I'd say Cassandra is the better fighter. The names she's bested and or stalemated with are just slightly more impressive overall. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, if I'm being technical, I guess Elektra is technically more skilled as she uses her martial arts skills and fighting ability more often. As, like I said, Cassandra uses her body reading more often. But you know what I'm saying? She's beaten more overall better fighters. That's what I'm saying. Um, Elektra does carry these two sides, and she's really skilled with, and she can even ricochet them off walls. She also has low tier telepathic abilities, but they're not very useful in a fight. But now back to Kane's body reading. David Cain isolated her as a child with the idea that her language center of her brain would adapt to interpret physical movement as a language. She knew how to do this before she even knew how to talk. She basically knows what her opponent's going to do before they even do them, based on how their body is moving. This is why she is so dangerous and why she would beat Elektra more times than not. Elektra has no counter for this ability, and it's bested better fighters than her, like Lady Shiva and Batman. I'm not saying Elektra couldn't win. Like I said, Cassandra has been beaten before. She's also struggled and beaten better fighters before. But overall, I think Cassandra Cain is winning this one. Elektra is good, like really, really good. But Cassandra Cain is just better. Cassandra Cain wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a great day. Peace.